In Hindu mythology, there is a story about a king who was so just, so truthful, so unflinchingly committed to his word that the gods themselves conspired to break him. They threw everything at him, and he did not bend. His name was Harishchandra, and his story is the reason Mahatma Gandhi said that truth is God. Harishchandra was the king of Ayodhya, generations before Rama. He was famous across the three worlds for one thing. He had never told a lie. Not a white lie, not a diplomatic evasion, not a half-truth spoken for convenience. Never. Not once. The sage Vishwamitra decided to test this claim. He appeared to Harishchandra in a dream, and the king promised him his entire kingdom. When Harishchandra woke up, Vishwamitra appeared and demanded the kingdom. A promise made in a dream. Most people would laugh. But Harishchandra was not most people. A promise is a promise, whether made awake or asleep. He gave Vishwamitra everything: his kingdom, his treasury, his army, his palace, everything. But Vishwamitra was not finished. He demanded Guru Dakshina on top of it, a fee for accepting the gift. Harishchandra had just given away everything he owned. He had nothing left. Vishwamitra gave him 30 days to pay. Harishchandra left Ayodhya with his wife Shaivya and his young son Rohitashva. They had nothing. No food, no money, no shelter. They wandered as beggars. When the 30 days were almost up and Harishchandra still could not pay, he made a decision that is almost impossible to comprehend. He sold his wife and son into slavery. His own wife, his own child. Sold to a Brahmin who made Shaivya a household servant. And the money still was not enough. So Harishchandra sold himself. He became a slave at a cremation ground, working for a Chandala, the keeper of the burning ghats. His job was to collect taxes from families bringing their dead for cremation. The king of Ayodhya, the most righteous man in the world, was now a half-naked servant at a cremation ground, collecting coins from grieving families. And then, the worst happened. His son, Rohitashva, was bitten by a snake and died. Shaivya, his wife, now a slave herself, brought the dead boy to the cremation ground. She did not know her husband worked there. When they recognized each other in the firelight, both holding their dead child between them, the grief was unbearable. But even then, even holding his dead son's body, even looking into his wife's hollow eyes, Harishchandra did what his duty demanded. He asked Shaivya for the cremation tax. She had no money. She tore a piece of her sari, the only cloth she had, and offered it as payment. Harishchandra accepted it, because that was his job, and he would not cheat his master. He would not bend the rules, not even for his dead son. Not even for his broken wife. Not even when every fiber of his being was screaming at him to just let it go. At that moment, the heavens opened. Vishwamitra appeared. So did Indra, Brahma, Vishnu, and every major deity. The entire test had been orchestrated to see if there existed a human being so committed to truth that absolutely nothing could make him compromise. Harishchandra had passed. His son was restored to life. His wife was freed. His kingdom was returned. The gods showered him with blessings and declared him the greatest of all mortal beings. But here is the part that sticks with you. Was it worth it? Harishchandra kept his integrity. He never lied. He never cheated. He never broke a promise. But his wife was enslaved. His child died. He lived in degradation and filth. Was perfect truth worth that price? The story says yes. Hindu philosophy says yes. Gandhi said yes and built an independence movement on it. But the story is honest enough to show you the cost. Truth is not free. It is the most expensive thing in the universe. And the only people who can afford it are the ones willing to lose everything else. Harishchandra's story is told to children across India. not as a fairy tale, as a warning and an inspiration. The truth will set you free, but first, it will take everything you have. Subscribe for more stories that define the moral backbone of a